if you are a restaurant owner or if you want to set up a AI voice agent for restaurant owners, this video is for you. So in this case, we're going to be using Vappy. Vappy is really great for creating only AI voice agents that are really specific. So for your restaurant in this case, or if you're doing this for other restaurants, it will be very easy to follow along. Obviously, check out our first link in the description if you want to get the 100 free credits so that you can actually test this AI voice agent before you actually go and sell this to restaurants or to set this up for your own restaurant, okay? So let's get started. So let's go to assistants. Here we need to create an assistant, but before we do that, we want to go to phone numbers. Now for phone numbers, what you want to do is you want to create a phone number, and Vappy gives you, if you sign up through our link, you get free US phone numbers up to 10 per account, okay? So you're getting 10 phone numbers in US area. So if you are in US, this will be really great. If you're not from US, you will or you can go and use free Vappy SIP. Now for this, we will create another tutorial, but you can import also numbers from Twilio. So, or from Vonage or from any other pretty much provider. I'll create another video where I go through that. But for a testing purpose, you can go here and you can enter your area code in US, and then it will give you a phone number based on that, okay? So that's what you can do. Once you do that, you hit create. So for example, 346, we can hit create. Okay, let's try with another one, 350, we hit create, and we should be able, to get the number. As you can see, this is the number. It's going to be activated in 2 minutes. The phone number here can be called Restaurant AI. Okay. And obviously the server URL, you can skip those. Here, you will need to select your assistant, which we will create, okay? So for now, let's just hit save for this, just so we know that this is for a Restaurant AI. Let's go to assistants, create assistant, and here we're going to be just typing in Restaurant AI. And as you can see here, we can also like go and we can already like select which one we want. So in this case, it's going to be a appointment scheduler. So with restaurants, you will get a lot of inbound calls, and people will ask, "Can I reserve?" At specific times. So this already gives us a good template to go through. Okay, so let's click here. Obviously, we're going to be naming this Restaurant AI and hitting create assistant here. Now, as you can see, first thing that we get here is we're getting how much this is going to cost per minute, and also the latency. Latency is really important to be lower. As low as the latency is, the better, because it's going to be less ping and less kind of waiting time, okay? Because when you're talking with AI voice agent, you will get a lot of waiting time. Like you will say hello, and AI voice agent will need a couple of seconds to respond. So the lower this, the better. But as you can see, this is kind of the pricing, the cost. Now, I usually always use the model, this one right here, which is the latest, and it's the cheapest one. You can also use this one. It's really cheap, or this one. This is like the fastest one. We can use this one for this in this case because it's going to be much cheaper. But again, it really depends. It can be cheap, fast, balanced. So that's what we want. Okay. From there, the assistant will speak first because AI voice agent will work on a inbound calls only for this tutorial, because the restaurant will get inbound calls, a lot of inbound calls. Okay, and as you can see here, it's going to be thank you for calling Fish Dinery. This is Riley. How may I help you? How may I help you? Okay. And then here, what we can do is we can generate a new prompt. So a prompt is essentially a brain for the AI voice agent. So let's go and let's generate a new prompt. Describe how you like to edit. I want to create a prompt. I want to re-edit this prompt for my restaurant. It's called Fish Dinery in Los Angeles. We serve only fish, and I would like to make sure people can book their let's say their spots, their table via AI voice agent. Okay, let's submit this edit. So this will kind of go through the entire thing and it will re-edit how we want it to, as you can see. So that's a reservation. Okay, so as you can see, we kind of re-edited. We'll accept the changes here. And as you can see, we have a clean thing right here. You're Riley, a dynamic and attentive voice assistant for a fish diner, a restaurant in Los Angeles specializing exclusively in fish dishes. Your primary duty is to manage table reservations efficiently, ensuring guests have a delightful and seamless booking experience. So as you can see, this is it. Now for the files, you can obviously add a PDF with your information about the diner or restaurant. So you can do that too. I'm not going to mess around with the temperature. Let's go to voice configuration here. Let me actually publish this. I'll just publish this for now. And don't mind these errors. Just publish it. Just so you can kind of go and so you can save this. So you can go to the voice section here. Now, as you can see here, since this is Riley, we need to use a something like Tara or something like a female voice. So let's use Tara for this one. Additional configuration. Now, this is cool. You can have like an office setting, but since this is a restaurant, I'm not sure if this would work for a background setting. So I would keep it at off, but you can add a background sound here, like a static background sound or something to make it more human. You can add like a Google Drive link or anything like that. So these are some options you have. These are not necessary. Transcription, as you can see, is this right here. It's going to be this because it's the best one. So we're just going to be skipping that. And then as you can see, we have tools, we have predefined functions, we have custom functions. So for the tools, right? With the tools, you can select a tool and it could be really any tool right here. You can create a tool. And what you need to do is, obviously you need to publish this. So I think we didn't publish the Tara voice. So let's just publish it again. And what you want to do is you want to go to tools. You want to create a tool, okay? And in this case, we want two different tools. We want a Google Calendar, create event tool, and check availability, because one will check the availability on the calendar, another will create an event. Okay, so check the availability is first one. And as you can see, this is going to be restaurant AI, restaurant, check. I'll do it like that. Checking the availability of a restaurant. I cannot spell. And then here, what it goes is it goes your calendar ID and it goes your time zone. Okay, so this is what you want to do. So add a calendar ID, make sure it's public calendar. And from there, you just enter the calendar ID. You hit save on this one, okay? And you want to do the same for the check create event, because this is a check availability. So let's go here, restaurant event, creates event on the calendar, okay? And then you enter the calendar ID, the time zone, and then you hit save, okay? From there, you go back to the assistant, you go restaurant AI, you go tools, and you select those two tools. So you select this one and this one, okay? You hit publish again. I like to publish it because sometimes you lose traction. And that's pretty much it. I mean, analysis, advanced, and compliance. Obviously for the compliance, you will need to enter some like HIPAA compliance. If you want that, that's here. So you can enter that, like no recordings. Widget, you can add this on your website if you want. But yeah, let's just talk to the assistant here. As you can see, the minutes, the cost lowers and the latency lowers too.
Thank you for calling Fish Dinery. This is Riley. How may I help you?
Hey Riley, I would love to book a table for two tomorrow at 10 a.m.
Let me check that for you. Just a moment while I verify the availability for tomorrow at 10 a.m.
So as you can see, what happened is it went right into the restaurant check availability. And as you can see, since I'm missing the ID, it didn't go through. But this is essentially how it would work for a restaurant. You just need to connect your, calendar ID. Once you connect your calendar ID, this will work perfectly fine. Obviously, you want to make sure you test it. So, for example, if you don't like the voice, you can always go back to the voice and you can change the voice if you want. But this is essentially a very quick tutorial on how you can build a restaurant AI voice agent step by step in Vapi. If you want to test this, you have 100 free credits with a link in the description. So make sure to check that out, and we'll see you in the next video. If you have any questions, comment below, and bye-bye.